Alright guys, the 2019 Australian Yellowbelly Championships Grand Final has just been wrapped up, and I'm here with the winners, the boys, Scrub Boys, all the way from Bathurst. And we've got Mick Coles, we've got Daniel Finn and Brad Schumacher out the back there. So good weekend, mate?
Yeah, great weekend. Yep.
Yep. So you've been fishing these for a while now?
I have, yeah. 7 years, I'd say, thereabouts.
Yeah, and you've won a couple of grand finals, I think? Or
no grand finals, our first grand final win. So, yeah, a few rounds, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got team of the year and that sort of stuff. So you've won a fair few rounds.
Yeah.
And you got a new crew this year?
Yeah.
So what happened to the other crew?
Yeah, Jack Finn, he's going overseas, and Steve Schrader, he's working and family and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, he's having a bit of a break. So Jack, your son, he's obviously discovered girls and all that sort of stuff now. Yeah.
He's over in Europe having a great old time.
Thinks he's pretty good at it. Yeah.
Yeah. So mate, you got over here for a pre-fish?
Yeah, two.
Two pre-fishes?
Two pre-fishes.
Well,
yeah.
how long ago did you decide?
The 2 weeks leading into the ban.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you have trouble finding the fish? How did the fish compare to the pre-fish?
We only caught the first pre-fish. We caught 3 yellowbelly.
Yep.
Myself and Brad, and then I come up with Jack, and we caught 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Yeah. So you just basically sounded around, marked spots, or?
We did. Yeah. We sort of figured out where not to go.
Okay.
Out of those pre-fishes.
Yep.
So it narrowed it down to 2 sections of the dam, way up the front and down the back.
Okay. So what made you head to the back on the weekend? What was the reason for that?
Well, we went. Our first spot was up the front.
Yep.
So session 1 we went up the front, and they just weren't there in the first hour or so. Then we went down to what we considered our second spot.
Yep.
And we got one, and then got another one straight away, and then they disappear. Then the fish would move back in, and we pick up a couple each time they'd roll through.
Okay. And Colesy, this is your first year?
Yep.
As a full year?
Yep.
You just picked the gun team, mate, the flashiest bait in the field, and I hope they're paying you well. Your max payments were pretty good.
Yeah, I think I get 20%.
20%, do you? So what sort of gear were you using on the weekend?
For me, just all the Iowa stuff, 2 to 6 kilo, gem black rod,
yep.
sole reel, 2000 size, and just 10 pound braid, 10 pound leader, both Dyer as well.
Okay, and you don't need to spend a lot of money to win championships, obviously. Like that's their sort of mid-range.
Yeah, that's right.
Items.
Yep.
No, so well done, mate. So, and Shuey, whereabouts are you from? Are you from Bathurst?
Yeah, from Bathurst. Yep.
Okay. Yep. And how did you get tied up with this bloke?
I've been working with Finny for on and off for 15 years, probably.
Okay, so you're a builder as well.
Yeah.
Okay, you'd be a hard man to work for. He'd be a moody bugger.
Yeah, no. Worked him out over the years.
Yeah. So what's he like out in the boat when the pressure's on?
Oh no, he can get intense, but you just you need to learn how to read his mood, and you're right.
Yeah, you just shut up, or do you give it back to him? Because like you're a big man, and I wouldn't take any shit from a little fella like that.
No, you just got to know when you can give it to him and when you can't.
Yeah. So well done. And you caught a few fish yourself over the weekend?
A couple. Yeah.
Oh, good stuff, mate.
Yep. Just running the ZX.
Okay, so you were using basically ZX.
Yep.
What were you using, Colesy?
Yeah, just Trans Ams and mask vibes. Pretty much a one-trick pony with that stuff. These guys fish grubs and everything else, and I split that around.
Okay.
The entire comp. So
yeah, so you're just dropping them down. You were fishing a log lay down.
Yeah.
So just dropping them down, little hops, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And just persisting.
Yeah.
A lot of hops in between fish,
so
mate.
I was vertical the entire time.
Yep.
Which I don't like doing, but someone had to do it.
Yep.
And Colesy fan cast the whole time.
Okay.
And Brad mixed between the 2.
Okay. So what was the best technique you think out of the 3?
On the Saturday it was the goal.
Okay.
Just shaking on the bottom.
Yep.
And the ZX caught a few as well. And the ZX got a couple today, but the mask vibe, it was a standout today. Because it was really, it started off really hot, really muggy and stormy. It was unbelievable, and then today it was cool. So the fish were fairly well shut down today. They were, yeah.
Did you notice that?
We didn't get any fish in the last 2 hours or so.
Okay.
I think we got 11 fish for the session. They were all obviously prior to that. So.
And you went out leading this session by, I think it was 6 or 7 mil. and it was just the little tiniest of upgrades. The fish here aren't enormous. It's not like Windermere, and they're like peas in a pod, especially where you were fishing. But they were like little 3, 5 mil, 10 mil upgrades the whole day, probably one every half an hour.
Yeah.
And you needed to do that because outback angler they come from nowhere,
Yeah.
and they had some cracking fish, and they were leading on the Excel on the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And we did yours last, and yeah, you got there well and truly in the end. So.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, congratulations. It's been a little while since you got a win, mate, but you've had a good year.
Yeah.
It's been great having you here. You've been really good company, so thanks very much.
Yeah, no, thanks, Bruce, and thanks AYC. It's a great weekend.
No dramas.